Welcome, associate members, esteemed guests. First item is approval of the minutes from our February 18th meeting. Any comments? My thing, hang on. Oh, there we go. Any comments on the minutes from February 18th? Okay. Those who approve, raise their hands. Okay, unanimous. Thank you. I will be drafting the 2025 EAC annual report, and will be submitting it to the EAC for review within 2 weeks. And concerning child abuse clearances, Bess, are we all cleared?
We are, one is pending.
One, okay.
So.
And anything we can do to remind that person?
Yes, I will, yes.
You'll take
Yeah.
care, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ecology Club at Radnor High School, and I hear we're blessed already with ecology clubs, but Bess and Anjana, please update us.
Well, we are administering a survey with the associate members just to see what their interest is and what the current situation is at the high school. And then once we see sort of what the existing clubs are like at the high school and how we might be able to plug into the clubs, I think we'll be able to report better next go round, next month.
Okay.
But I think it'd be wonderful to have Margie's involvement. She's here tonight, so thank you, Margie. So.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Okay.
Sure, if Margie would like to add something about this? Yes. Oh. Would you like to add anything to it? Any comments?
Should I come up here? Sure. Do I turn this on somehow? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I at first was under the impression there are no clubs. I was the advisor for the Environmental Sustainability Club at the college where I taught. And I thought ever since I left the EAC, that's one thing I would like to work with. So if any of the students or any of you would want me to assist or advise or do anything, Dan knows all about me. I would be very willing to help, and in any way, whatever is needed, because my background is in education, and I feel it's so important for the young people to be involved, and the best way really is clubs, at the school. So anyway, that's all I had. Yeah, thank you.
So we're focusing on high school, is that correct? Not middle school?
I'll do anything.
You'll do anything.
I mean, any club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now our associate members, anyone here weigh in on this? Is there a gap in the clubs that you're aware of that we could help fill? Or do you feel that you need some more stimulus, motivation for the clubs?
I mean, I will say at least I know with some of the clubs, although they might say they have like a very high number, a lot of them I do think tend to go inactive after the first few months of the year. I know at least I had worked with the garden club for a bit, but then due to the club advisor was out for health circumstances and the club just kind of fell into inactivity. So I think a lot of the clubs they exist. They have students who are in the group me, students who are interested, but for whatever reason, the clubs have kind of gone inactive. So I think that there are a lot of good bases we can build up on if we can get some of the clubs to be more active. I think that would be really great.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, from experience, I have a lot of projects and ideas and things that I'd be happy to share if you want to, check with Dan. He'll get in touch with me. I was the former EAC chair. And I have clearance to work with, underage people. So I have clearance through St. Joseph University. So please call on me.
Yeah, thank you, Margie. Yeah, there were some ideas that came from Anjana on the 13th of this month. Did you want to briefly mention those, Anjana? It's in the agenda I gave you, if you don't recall. It's on the first page. You see? You have recycling evaluation, educational outreach, native gardens. Here. Go ahead, Anjan.
Yes, thank you. Some of the things that were mentioned were evaluation of the recycling procedures at our schools, how much of compliance is there, recycling the recyclables properly, appropriate use of the bins, especially in cafeteria. And we also had raised the issue at last meeting that at the cafeteria in high school, they serve the lunch in styrofoam containers. And most of the students purchase lunch, so multiple styrofoam containers are being used in the high school cafeteria. This was one thing that we would like the environmental club to address. Another outreach plan was to engage our associate members in developing posters or flyers or do brief assembly presentation on recycling habits, proper recycling habits to teach elementary school and middle school kids. Something to consider for the environmental club as well. And teach them about how we recycle in Radnor, what things can be recycled, what to do about grocery bags, where to take them. Our Radnor Memorial Library now has a new collection bin that takes a lot of plastic that other grocery stores don't take, such as thin plastic films. So overall goal would be to reduce the landfill waste. Another plan was to get our high school associate members to be involved in installation and maintenance of new native plant gardens in Radnor High School and possibly in middle and elementary schools as well. This is a project that we have ongoing. And we are giving the high school members a survey that they're filling out now to show their interest. They are given multiple options, now. So Bess is in charge of that, and we will see how much of projects that we can undertake, and hopefully start them soon.
Thank you. Melissa, do you have something? Okay. Announcements. They're in the agenda, so I will not go over them in too much detail, but bring attention to the Radnor Township Parks and Recreation Department. All kinds of activities for younger people, as well as the Arbor Day celebration. And also We Can Serve PA, our partners in many projects, including the gas leaf blower ban project. They made us aware of T-Mobile hometown grants that would be in the amount of $50,000 awarded to townships as an initiative to support small towns thrive and grow. It's a very general description, but there is a link in the, if not the current agenda, the upcoming minutes for learning more about this. Let's see, unfortunately, though, I only found out about this a week ago. The deadline is March 31st. Laura Luker informed us that the township was received an award from Birdtown, PA. This is in recognition of the various Radnor volunteer groups, including this body, but also Shade Tree, Parks and Rec, the Willows Park Preserve, Radnor Library, and Radnor Conservancy for their advocacy efforts aimed at protecting bird life in our town. Ongoing business, municipal energy conservation and electrification, I know is proceeding. However, there are no updates at this point. However, the one last item, building benchmarking, we, as an ESC, were invited by the township to spearhead the final steps to adopting building energy benchmarking and ending up with an ordinance. This is basically where owners of buildings, commercial and institutional buildings exceeding 10,000 square feet, would submit an annual energy benchmarking report using the Energy Star portfolio manager. And their energy consumption, primarily gas and electric, but could be oil if there's oil heat, would be compared to a standard for buildings of similar use and dimensions and age to see if there could be improvements in energy efficiency and conservation for the building. And so this would inform the building owner of the energy efficiency of their buildings and proposed ways to make it better. So I've listed for the EAC the list of action items or items that we would be engaged in doing. And I, for one, would be willing to be involved in this process, as I was originally a member of the Green Team, but I would very much would like a partner in this effort from the EAC.
I can help with that.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
Do you have the preliminary draft ordinance that's referenced in the bullet points?
Yes, I believe I forwarded it all to you guys about a week ago, but I'll forward again to you.
Dan, who will be the point of contact for Melissa from the EAC?
I'll be the point of contact
Okay.
for now, but I think Bill Gels should be CC'd as well, please.
All right, so just so it operates in the manner where Melissa only has to speak to one person. So, in other words, if she asks you a question or you present something, it can't be, well, Bill will get to you on that. So she just needs to really streamline it because, you know, it's kind of a tight timeline
Okay,
to have one person.
all right.
So can you let me know in the morning and I'll let her know in case you guys want to discuss it, who wants to be what?
Yes, I need to identify contacts at DVRPC and Green Building United.
Well,
Okay.
however you want to divvy it up, the workload, that's between you guys, but I need to know who will be Melissa's point of contact from the EAC.
Well, I will be,
Okay,
but I will need to know who to contact to host this initial meeting with.
so speak to Melissa, she has all that information,
Okay,
okay?
all right. Okay. Thank you, Bill. All right, public education, EAC lecture series and workshops. We've had a long-standing scheduled presentation by Mike Wilbacher, who has presented many times before, about the state of the bee population in our community. And he'll be presenting on April 28th at the Windsor Room at the Radnor Memorial Library. And Anjana and I are working with Bess on getting the advertisement graphic together for advertising.
Dan, I have one quick question. I saw the email from Pam
Mhm.
about, you know, would the Radnor Memorial Library be a partner? And you said no, but the advantage is when we allow them to be a partner, then we take advantage of their outreach to all of their.
Well, yeah, it wasn't clear in her response what exactly that means.
No, so
They're-
the whole thing that is, by using the Windsor Room and working with the Radnor Memorial Library, we have the opportunity to partner with them, which really means that we include their logo on our
Oh, yes, the
graphics.
logo is on the
Right,
ad.
but then by them being a partner, then she can then help us as far as all of the outreach, the Delco, and the various things that we do. So it's to our advantage to include them. So I can follow up to her and just tell her it was a misunderstanding, that we would like them to be a partner. I mean, there's really no reason with any of the programs that we do at the Windsor Room that we don't include.
Right, I thought
It's
that,
not like they take an active role,
yes,
but it just allows them
yeah.
to
I
have
thought
their
it was
logo.
understood, I'm sorry. I thought it
No,
was
that-
understood that they would be advertising through their own media.
And then she will, and she'll put it on her blog and her various things. She'll help with the outreach.
Okay,
So I'll plan to follow up with her. And then in the
Okay.
future, anything that we do there should really include them as well.
yeah.
The difference, a lot of people use that room just to rent, have the space. It doesn't mean that they're partnering with the library. We have to indicate that we want them as partners and not just renting the room.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the assumption is we would always regard them as partners. They're offering the venue. We will plan to have the RML logo on the graphic ads, and they would be acknowledged in introducing the speaker.
Right, and I'll follow up with her tomorrow. And I told her we're just working through a lot of this ourselves, that this is all new as far as it, but I think the few programs that we have had there have gone well. I mean, unfortunately, the weather got in the way of a couple of them, but the room seems fine, and she's more than willing to work with us to help us with, again, the outreach. To
Right,
encourage more people to attend.
yep. Yeah, and on that note, Mainline Shift talk on sustainable goods and services on March 3rd, the library and the EAC split the honorarium, paying the honorarium for Kimberly to talk. And Anjana, do you want to update the payment for supplies?
Yes. Just an overview on the workshop. The winter sewing workshop was organized by us, EAC, in collaboration with the Radnor Memorial Library. The background is that last year, EAC initiated a seed library at Radnor Memorial Library and gave a donation so that they could buy the native perennial seeds for residents. And they did that, but the native perennial seeds are not able to be grown in standard conventional methods. And the risk of failure is high. So winter sowing is the method that has worked very well, and it makes it easy and highly efficient with high germination of the native perennial seeds, which is why we did this workshop to educate. And what we do is use plastic containers that are used, like milk jugs, and put the seeds in the containers in the soil, allowing them to germinate outdoors, which is what the native perennials need. And this supplements our native plant giveaway that we do annually. And this allows people to grow more and more variety and number of native perennials. And this actually improves our outcome for increasing the number of these plants in our community. And so for this workshop, I gave a lecture and put up a presentation on how to do this and shared my experiences of doing this and incorporating in the pollinator garden. So 2 of our members, Carol and Sven, joined us, and 3 associate members, Nora, Emmy, and Alexander. And a big thank you for all of you for all the help that you did. Gay Lacey, the manager of Seed Library at the Radnor Memorial Library, she brought some extra native plant seeds and labels, and I brought extra milk jugs, soil, and tapes that were needed. And we just brought together all the supplies. And apart from all of us and Gail Lacey, who represented the Radnor Memorial Library, I had my daughter who came to help. Apart from that, we had a very enthusiastic group of 10 participants from the community, and the feedback was very positive. For publicity, we advertised through Radnor Township website and patch. Pam Sidor at Radnor Memorial Library, she took care of publicity through the platforms that Carol mentioned. Coming to the cost, apart from the advertising, the cost of supplies was less than $10. It's very inexpensive, such an inexpensive way to grow these. And so Gabe brought some seeds that participants chose from after the presentation. They had already brought their seeds, and they used some of those seeds as well, and utilized the extra milk jugs that we provided, and they took more jugs than they planned to. And a lot of them asked me for the slides, which contained a lot of information. I emailed them the slides. But we recorded the event, But that is a problem with the Windsor room. They don't have a recording facility. We used an iPhone. Nora, our high school member, she recorded on her iPhone, but the audio quality was very poor. And we are asking Ian, who's helping, to see if that helps so that we can upload it on our website. If not, maybe just put up the slides. So we can carry this forward into future, do this every year during the winter. It has to be done in the winter. January, February is the ideal time. And potentially expand this project to grow our own plants for the giveaway in the future.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I popped in and I was very impressed with the slides and the amount of work put into the slides that Anjana was showing. I wish I had been able to stay.
Thank you, Dan.
So you're going to provide Melissa with any receipts for supplies?
I had been helping with the patch advertisements, and this was one of them, which I submitted. But the cost of the supplies, like I said, it's not like basically nothing. I would just
Okay.
cover it.
We are going to have to watch our spending because we may well go empty before the summer, which is not too bad, really. Means we're busy. Okay, Bess, you have a lot of irons in the fire.
I got a couple of updates. The April 18th workshop, a youth workshop with ages, it's actually, I'm going to change that to 3rd through 8th grade. So this is primarily for 3rd through 8th graders. And then we would love the help of the associate members, if y'all are interested and available, to help with this workshop with Eva Monheim on that 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Windsor Room. So that advertisement has gone live up on the library. It's called Ready, Set, Start Your Seeds with Eva Monheim, who's an arborist and Longwood Gardens educator. She also has taught at Temple University and is just very active, has been an EAC member up north of Philly in the Glenside area. So she is very knowledgeable and wonderful with kids. So that's pretty exciting. And then the next update is on the 2 talks another one by Eva Monheim on assisted plant migration helps to expand our native plant palette for climate change. This is with a focus and a sort of emphasis on shrubs. And so we're sort of cobbling together, bits and pieces from multiple talks from Eva, but primarily on assisted plant migration, looking at ways that residents, businesses, institutions can sort of think about what kind of plants to plant with sort of road ecology in mind, just the fragmentation that exists in suburban and urban areas, along with just issues that we're facing with climate change. So that'll be an interesting talk on either, we're working out the dates, May 12th, 14th, or May 28th. And so we're also working out the honorarium and just the co-sponsorship for that one. We're also working out the dates, either that May 12th, 14th, or 28th with the talk with Sarah Weiner Cooper and Larry Weiner of the New Directions in the American Landscape on transitioning lawns to meadows. And so that we're looking to have both of those potentially in person with a hybrid or at least a virtual, possibly a virtual option at the Kreuzberg Center or even at the Radnor Library. So that you can see the logistics are still in progress, but we're making some headway. And so we should have this all settled by the next EAC meeting.
So,
Bess?
Bess, quick question. The
Yes.
honoraria seems so high. I'm just wondering, I mean, $650.
It's more than we are used to, that's for sure.
And with our limited budget,
Yes.
and again, I don't really look at this as, for them as a money-making, I mean,
Right,
it's not like we're getting hundreds of people that are attending these.
yes.
So it just seems $650 is a big chunk out of, and we've got 650.
Well, that's if
Okay.
we have two speakers, it would be 650.
Yes, so we actually have approached the Easttown EAC. They have committed some co-sponsorship funds. We've also talked with the Radnor Conservancy. They are interested in co-sponsoring. We have the Garden Club at Wayne also. So we're also reaching out to the Upper Marion, the Lower Marion, Haverford, Tredyffrin, and the Newtown Townships, all of these EACs.
So the
pool-
EAC is
pool-
not responsible for the whole 650?
pooling our
No.
resources. And so this would be to their advantage also to get their name on the talk, so, yeah, let's pool our resources and reduce the costs for everyone. So,
Bess?
yes.
Could you send that, I don't know what day it's going to be, the 12th, the 14th, the 28th, but send that information to Rick Foster, the head of Department of Public Works?
Sure.
Because they plant a lot of stuff, and so maybe it would be a good thing for them to attend.
Oh, okay.
Would you CC
yeah,
me on the
sure.
email? Thank you.
Yes, so Rick Foster, okay.
And you're going to make sure the venues are available on some of those dates. Great. If I can help you, let me know. All right.
When you know the dates, if we want the Radnor Memorial Library, let me know, and I'll reach out to Pam right away. But they are booking up, so the sooner the better.
Yep. Radnor News Community Newsletter. This is an effort that Bess and Sven and who else put together. In the spring issue, there'll be a posting by the EAC on the Mosquito Bucket Challenge, ways to ecologically wipe out mosquitoes that are on your deck, and also how to avoid mulching incorrectly, making mulch volcanoes which choke a tree, and also ads for the May 2nd EAC Native Plant Giveaway, which will be at this building, and Mike Wheelbacher's April 28th talk on the bee population. So thank you, Bess and Sven, for that effort. Radnor Patch, when appropriate, will be used to advertise our various events. Promoting native landscape, plants and sustainable landscapes. Road salt in our streams and tap water. I mobilized a team of students and EAC members in February to go sample the 22 Radnor streams that were sampled in October. This was at the end of February when we expected the momentary thaw to increase the flow of salt-laden meltwater into our streams. And in fact, yes, the conductivity of the streams in February was quite high. In fact, in some cases, twofold that of the measurements in October. Unfortunately, I incorrectly measured the chloride with the Quantab strips, so I went out sheepishly to do the collection again the first 2 days of March. And those results are shown here, which will be in the minutes, showing that despite the later stream water collection, there was still a significant increase in chloride content of the streams and conductivity in the first week of March. So this underscores a nationwide problem that is increasingly getting attention at the government level, and which I'm sure many environmentalists have been aware of for decades, is that we're applying increasing amounts of road salt to the road to make sure that we can move about after a snow or ice storm and move safely. The problem is we are poisoning our streams. These levels of chloride are way above what even the EPA deems safe for aquatic life. And this is a year-round problem. It doesn't go away because the groundwater is contaminated with sodium chloride. And in fact, our water table is contaminated, and that's where we get our well water. And AquaPA put out a notice last month, or in January, that you may notice your tap water may taste salty. So that is how serious it is getting. So those on a sodium-restricted diet are, I hope, are well aware that they should not be drinking tap water, especially during the winter. I'm asking the council members here and associate members to collect tap water samples between now and the next EAC meeting in April, and I will then analyze those for chloride and conductivity to see just what our level is relative to collections I made in February. Yes.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah. I recognize
Margie
Reinhardt.
Thank you. Yeah, this has been one of my pet peeves, and just to our council members, of course, road salt is unavoidable, although we don't need as much, but the amount of salt that's put on sidewalks bordering parks is so phenomenal. I have pictures of it. It's ridiculous, actually. And like the park on South Devon Avenue, which the stuff flows right into the stream there that goes through the park.
Yeah.
It is it's like layers thick. Something like 2 weeks after one of the snowfalls, the salt, nobody with a dog can walk there, of course. The salt was so thick. A jogger was running down the sidewalk and slipped on the salt. That's how much there is. So maybe we could cut back on the salt on our sidewalks at least. It's really, you just need a few little grains. It's really unnecessary.
Is that in the residential area?
Pardon?
It was like residents putting it out, or do you mean?
No, this is, the township puts this out all along, what's the name of the park on South Devon Avenue?
O'Connor.
Yeah,
and
this is
Philippone.
significant, yardage there. I mean, it's like a block long, and it's dangerous, not just to the streams and everything, but actually to people and, of course, dogs. So that's one place we could so easily cut back on,
Yeah.
just the township.
Margie, I'll add to that on West Wayne Avenue by Odoricio, we see the same condition. And then in front of the old historic cemetery on West Wayne near Conestoga, it's the same.
Right,
same sort of
right.
setup.
Yeah, it's just, and you can see then in the summer, there's a swath this big along the sidewalk where nothing grows anymore because there was so much salt.
So is this both private and public land,
Well,
municipal
you
land?
can't really
It's
control
public land?
private, but it is the Radnor Township land that I'm
Okay,
speaking
the
about. Yes, some
sidewalks.
people certainly overdo it.
Yeah,
But, we can control,
yes.
our own, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Foster and I have talked about this, and I'm wanting to talk to, I believe it's the Upper Marion Township
Yeah.
manager, who has implemented for some years using brine, a salt solution, to be pre-applied to roads before a snow or ice storm, and just see if the total amount of rock salt used after a snowstorm is less than if you use the solid form for that snow event.
I just
So that's
wanted-
an action item.
And I just wanted to add one thing, is that this week during the Board of Health meeting, the Board of Health members have requested that the EASC come and speak on the impact of the salt in the tap water on human populations. So they are very interested in hearing
Yes.
the results of the tap water measurements. So
Is it at our convenience, or do they have a date in
it's
mind?
April. So
April?
if we can try to get the data in before then, it'd probably be good.
Okay.
I think it's mid-April. It might be. I'll check the date. I have it on my calendar.
Excuse me, I have one comment. Yeah, since your last meeting, and I have the same concerns. My wife's family's from Hudson Valley, New York. They only use brine, and they use sand, not salt. And they get a lot of snow, and professionals are getting rid of this stuff. Our township, since our last meeting, I talked to the township manager, so our township is attending a professional development on rock salt and other ways to do it. So probably our readings this year, hopefully, will be different next year.
Oh,
So
okay.
we can compare, which would be good.
Well, so the township is investigating
Yeah,
new ways?
because they're going to a professional development on this specific topic.
Okay, so there's a consultant they're talking to?
Yeah, I think they were like attending a spot, they're probably talking to multiple townships.
Okay.
Maybe, should one of us be maybe going to that to learn more about the options there?
Sure, Melissa.
Yeah, invite me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been done or not, like if they're going
Okay.
or they've already gone, I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe we could figure that out.
Can you let us know, Jim?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
And the Board of Health meeting is April 20th.
April 20th. Okay.
5:30.
That is before our EAC meeting, when I'm
It's
expecting.
It's after, actually. Ours is the 15th.
Oh, it's late?
So theirs is the 20th. It's 5 days later.
When is our next?
April 15th.
Because I'm hoping to collect your bottles by then.
Yeah. I'm seeing April 15th here at 6 p.m. So we should get our samples to you by the end of March, within the next 2 weeks.
Yes, we should,
Okay.
everyone sample your tap water as soon as possible,
Okay.
because the salt melt is gone, and we'll be getting the tail of it. Do you have a date for the EAC?
Yeah.
April 15th. Okay, so we'll get the data in time for the 20th, if they invite us at that time.
Oh, yeah, they've invited us. It's official.
For that meeting?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, that's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. All right. All right. Wonderful.
And
All right.
in between, Dan, I've shared with them some of the concerns, and they are doing their own investigation, clinical studies, and different studies that have been published recently on the matter, so
Yes.
they're going to come pretty prepared.
Excellent.
I think April, so.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. Well, I can bore them, one of us, I mean, if you want to present, we can bore them with one or two
Together we can.
PowerPoints of
Yeah.
the data we've got. Okay. Mayor's Monarch Pledge Survey. Basically, the upshot is that the EAC is to encourage Radnor community to plant native milkweeds as well as other nectar-producing plants because this supports the migration of the monarch butterfly who selectively use native milkweeds or prefer native milkweeds for a source of energy. And they need a lot of it as they migrate thousands of miles to and from South America. And we're going to promote that at the May 2nd plant giveaway. Perhaps get some seeds. I think we could round up some milkweed seeds. Okay.
I would like to add something. This is one species that work really well with winter sowing. Milkweed, I had tried myself, trying to germinate them. They need to be outside, exposed to light to germinate, and they just fly away. You can't get them to stay. I could never get any single one to germinate, but in the milk jugs, every single seed had germinated. I have grown multiple milkweed seedlings in milk jugs. And some of them flower, I mean, the orange kind would flower the first year, the pink kind would flower the second year, but even if they don't flower, they are the food source for the monarch caterpillars. They would find the plant and come and lay eggs on them.
So I hear an action item here. Would you be able to get seeds for our May 2nd giveaway?
I have collected plenty of seeds from my garden and donated to the library.
Okay.
All of my seeds have gone to the library, seed library.
Okay.
And Gay Lacey, she still has a collection in the seed library.
Right.
We could ask her if she can give it back to the project.
Spare, just, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Couldn't we get more? We don't want to deplete them. Couldn't we
Get from a
order
commercial
more, or-
source?
Yeah, we may be able to get a source from nurseries. I think Eva Monheim was telling me about how that many nurseries do now donate seeds.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah, that
Could
would
you
be good.
check out a
Yeah.
commercial source, Angela?
Yes,
Okay, thank
absolutely.
you.
Is that right?
And this is one thing that you really have to wait for the winter to grow the plants.
Oh, they need to stratify?
They need to stratify.
But what about with the native plant giveaway? Can we get the small starters?
Yes, that was one of the things that we were looking into, to include at least one species in
Okay.
the collection of
In the
plants that we
giveaways.
would give
Yeah,
away.
that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I know Sven.
Yes, for this year, we cannot expect to grow the plants. We need to wait until winter, so we can plan this ahead and then gather up the seeds and do it during winter to grow more milkweeds.
Sven had a list of plants that I think he may have put it in order in.
I'm
for-
sure it should be in there.
Blue
It's one
Moon.
of the most popular
Okay,
native plants.
We'll
right?
check his list. If not, maybe we should get just a few seedlings, if we can,
Yeah.
somewhere.
And for future, we can include this as a project for school students or clubs like that.
Yeah.
We can grow it as a group project with a few milk jugs. We can raise
Wonderful.
the plants for free.
Great. Thank you, Anjana. We've been so busy, we haven't talked about the community survey. Perhaps when we get a better hold on some of our issues, being road salt and leaf blowers and perennials, we should craft a community survey. So watch that space. Yeah. Carol, anything you want to talk about the Radnor Memorial Seed Library?
Well, I just propose out of our 2026 budget that we include a grant to the Radnor Memorial Library of $500 so that they can continue to purchase seeds. I mean, it's obviously been very successful. They pretty much wiped out all of their seeds last year. And fortunately, we gave them a second grant so they were able to order more.
Mm-hmm.
But especially in light of our partnership, and it certainly supports our mission, I'd like to propose providing another grant this year.
Do they get funding from any other organization?
Not that I know of. I mean, we kind of, well, Angela really deserves the credit because she was the one that came up with the idea. And then we went and met with them and presented it to them, and it's something they wanted to do but did not have, you know.
Oh, so I didn't know that. Thank you, Angela.
Sure, thank
Don't
you.
you remember when she came up to the microphone and
Well,
presented?
yes,
We all
I-
thought it was a great idea, and then we went and met with the library, and Gay Lacey. was
She's
something
full of
she had
so many
wanted to do.
ideas. I didn't know that that was, the seed library was one of hers. Thank you. Anjana, do you want to talk any further about the seed library? Or Bess?
Carol had mentioned that Gay was looking for help with organizing the seeds, keeping a track on an Excel spreadsheet. So we were asking our high school associate members if anybody might be interested in putting a few hours. It's usually busy in the fall when she gets donations from people who bring the seeds back in. But even now, with our donation, they had ordered a bulk, or in bulk, and she would separate these seed packets into multiple different packets and label them and put them up in the seed library. So if anybody is interested, Gay is looking for some help.
Okay.
So do we need to take a vote, Dan, or how do we?
Could we talk about like 500, whether that's an optimal amount, or could we like 200, or why 500? It just seems like a lot. When some libraries are getting donations of seeds from nurseries, we don't necessarily need to buy a lot of these seeds if that's an option.
Also, as you'll see when we discuss the budget, with our proposed spending, we'll pretty much diminish our budget down to a few $100s.
It's not only the seeds, it's the materials, the envelopes. The seeds are put in little envelopes. There's the information that goes with it. So, I mean, it's a combination, and there's not enough donations to really support the seed library. So the $500 allows them to really order the various seeds, and they have, it's not just the native plants, it's herbs and all of that.
The idea, again, was to sustain the library through donations from people. So the initial fund was to help them secure all the supplies and have an initial order. But as Carol mentioned, they ran out quickly. People would just come and take them, and everything was gone. just in a few days, and they had to redo it. But they really are looking for people to come back with the seeds. And like Bess mentioned, there might be places where they could get free orders, and they also have additional funding from the library. The Radnor Library also funds it. It's not just the EAC. So we could consider lowering that amount, especially since we are tight on the budget. I think that would be reasonable.
And I have a quick question. Do they have a process that they follow? Do they have a process that they follow where a certain number of seed packets are given to each individual, or is it a free-for-all? I'm just, because
Right.
I mean, I think they, I don't think people go in and wipe them out. I think you go in and take 1 or 2 packs, and you have to sign and list what you're taking and everything, so that there is a way they're monitoring it.
Yeah, they now have a limit. I don't think they planned it, that ahead of time, but now they do have a limit. People can't just.
Do they have
wipe it
contact
out.
information of people who take seed packets? So that they could,
Yes.
well, they could ask those people for financial help. Could that be a action item for?
I don't think they're going to close the seed library if we don't give them a grant, but I think it's a partnership with us, with the EAC, so it's not just us giving the money, it's the partnership, and that what we've done with it. And
Yes.
the workshop that Angela and Gay did is another example of what's happening with
Well,
the partnership.
we're definitely showing a partnership, not only financially, but we're also going to have associate members help them in preparing the seed packets. What I'm saying is that there are other sources that they could go to, or we can go to find help, financial assistance. And if they have contact information of those who have taken seeds, why not approach these people?
Yeah, I think, that is a service that they provide. I don't think they can ask the patrons to contribute monetarily. They do have have it on their information, like on their website. Donations are accepted, but I don't think they can ask people to pay for it, people who have taken, but.
Well, this would be a voluntary donation. I'm not asking for a fee for service or fee for material
Okay, sure.
situation.
I-
Yeah.
I think Angela's right. I think they, ask for, people donate to the library as a nonprofit, but I don't think
Yeah.
asking people to donate for the seeds.
Uh-huh. What they really need is people to bring back seeds from what they grow. When they take a seed, it's an honorary system. People need to bring back another, something that they have grown in their garden. They have to bring it back. That's the whole idea.
I'm not hearing an argument against asking these folks to help us.
I think it's the Radnor Free Library. And so just in its founding idea, it's not that you sell things or that you get, whatever. It seems like you're kind of implying that should be a quid pro quo, and that really goes against the whole, Ben Franklin, Free Library, the whole thing. So if people want to donate, I know people do donate seeds themselves. They'll bring in their seeds, but asking for a donation from people who've had seeds, and it's using their information and stuff, it's just a little Big Brother-ish.
Okay.
Yes. I think before voting on funding, I think we should do some research on what we can find in the way of donations, in the way of partnerships with other nurseries. I just think there's a lot out there. I know I'm looking at the Bucks County seed share in a library where they have multiple donations from various nurseries, and then to the free library, this little free library. So I think I think that whether in April, we bring this back up again, but I think we should do, like, plan for the next steps. Does that make, I mean, I think, does that make sense? I think, to me, 500 seems awfully high at this point.
Another idea is we are doing the perennial gardens in the schools. We could get a group of students to collect seeds and take it to the library to get them to help. Some things like we can do on our own. And from our gardens, I know ESC members have contributed a lot seeds-wise, like we have taken back to the library, so we can do multiple different ways of helping out.
Okay, yeah, I think from a monetary point of view, when we discuss the budget, maybe our road forward will be clearer. So, Saturday, May 2nd, as I've said, we have our annual spring plant giveaway. It'll be right here at the circle outside the building. And Sven and Bess have not only thought up purchasing the native perennial plugs, as we did last year from New Moon Nursery, but also to provide the bacillus bacterium that kills mosquito larvae for the mosquito buzzard. So we would provide for free pack tablets for people who are picking up their free perennials. The question is, could we afford to buy 5-gallon buckets for those who would be setting up a mosquito bucket? And our RHS students could decorate the buckets to make them presentable on someone's deck. I've looked at the price of buckets. They, again, they're all plastic, unfortunately. The metal ones don't hold water. So you can get maybe 15 of them for $40, $45. So this is something we're going to have to decide on before the April meeting, whether we provide the buckets or just the tablets. What does anybody think here?
So going through the pricing, Dan, so it's saying, how much are the buckets?
I haven't priced them.
Oh, wait, it says at $88, right, for the 5-gallon buckets?
I mean, I had an estimate in
I see at the end.
the minutes
Yeah,
from the
I'm
last
seeing it.
meeting, but I don't have it
I
here.
have it right here, I'm sorry, I have it in front of me. So 5-gallon bucket they're each $88.
How much?
$88.
$88 for how many?
Does it say 18? 18 pack, yeah, 18 pack, okay.
18 for $88?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And the tablets, 5-pack of 20 is $120.
Yeah, that's a little steeper. So
this would go with the May 2nd plant giveaway?
yes. I would, if we do anything, I would provide the tablets.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
And people have buckets. I mean, if you have. Okay. And maybe just one packet of 20 tablets, and the first come, first serve. Okay.
You're giving one out to each, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now, this was, I guess, Bess and Sven's idea, 2 small trees per household for a $25 contribution to the Radnor Commemorative Shade Tree Fund. Was that your idea?
I think we need Sven to speak to this, but
Okay.
my understanding was that there was a mosquito bucket challenge, and so folks who participated in the mosquito bucket challenge could submit into a raffle, and then they would win one small tree. So I think we need to kind of revisit this either in April, just flesh this out a little bit more between now and April.
Yes.
Okay. April 15th.
Yeah, I mean, it could
Okay.
be just one tree, because we're only giving out 20 tablets.
Right. But we can also have folks, do this on their own, or have a workshop at the Radnor Library with kids. I mean, it's possible that if they bring their own bucket, BYOB.
BYOB.
So,
Let's see. Yeah, Sven was talking about purchasing 2,500 assorted native perennial plant plugs from New Moon Nursery. I think as we did last year, and a few hundred of those would be go to the schools for their gardens. So there's an action here. Bess and Anjana to discuss just how we would go about that with the schools.
yes. So, Anjana, I need to talk with you. We can talk about this afterwards, just scheduling. But we're in conversation with Neil, and Neil from the Clean and Green team with the Radnor Township School District to first meet at the middle school, and then we're going to look at the Radnor Elementary School and possibly Radnor High. We'll see what might be able to be planted there. But really, the Radnor Middle School has a bunch of mulch beds that need some color and some attraction for pollinators. So it's really, there's a lot of possibility there, as well as at the Radnor Elementary. So associate members, we would love for you to put this on your radar over the next, May, sort of month of May, as a possibility for you all to get involved in that process. So, and then Anjana, I'll talk with you about meeting with Neil, and then we could maybe see about getting y'all involved also. We'll figure this out. Okay.
Thank you, Bess.
Thank you.
Gas leaf blower ban in Radnor Township. On March 9th, I presented to the Board of Commissioners a proposal from the EAC to ban gas leaf blowers because of their severe detriment to the health of the community. And thanks to our board liaison, Kathy Agnew, there have been scheduled 2 town halls in this building on April 7th and April 23rd for the public to comment on this proposed ordinance. The April 7th one will be giving township residents precedence to speak first, and then April 23rd, it would be businesses and institutions would be given precedence to speak. So I will be present for both. Are you, Kathy, are you, or Jim, are you expecting me to give a short thing of the proposal? Okay, all right. Yes.
Forgot that part.
Okay.
Yeah, the answer is yes. Did you
Okay.
wanna add something, Jim? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just, yeah, especially the benefits for this. Thank you.
I think it would help if we referred to it for what it really is, which is a potential phase-out. When people
Yes.
hear ban, they think it's going to like be right away and not have a time for people to be heard and eased into.
Yeah, I could change that wordage. Okay.
No decision has been made. This is the important part, because we have to hear from the residents and voters and constituents and businesses and
Right.
legislative institutions, because that slipped my mind, so, great, thank
Yes.
you.
And I've invited various nonprofits in the area to attend if they are township residents, or to send a letter to you, Jim, and Kathy, hopefully in support of this proposed phase out. Okay, I think we're going to go right to the budget, just to have
Can I
a...
bring up one quick new
Yes.
business item? Though, so this is actually active as of today. I heard from an active member of the Skunk Hollow Community Garden, as well as she's a landscape professional. Mira Shapiro came to speak with us around this time last year about taking part in the Ithan Elementary after-school program, bringing environmental related kind of sort of plantings, at native plants as well as vegetables at Ithan Elementary. So she is very much involved in the township. She is bringing up a very important issue that I think that we can start to get on the table related to invasive species management in the township. And so this could be a broader topic for us to take on. Related to education in the community, related to invasive species, as well as establishing an invasive species management strategy plan, working with the Parks and Rec Department, working with the Shade Tree Commission, working with the Willows. So there's a lot of opportunity for people to come together and really think about invasive species in Radnor Township. There's a good many to kind of tackle. So I just wanted to bring that up and get that on the table, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bess.
Sorry. All right.
All right, our budget. We were allocated $6,500 this year, and I'm estimating right now we've committed about $550. And for planned expenses, including honoraria and the cost for purchasing the 2,500 plant plugs from New Moon Nursery, there would be $4,700 additional expenses. So that would put our total planned expenses around $5,250. So we'd have about $1,300 left, if that estimate is correct. So I ask the board, the council, to review these planned expenses, and please let me know if there's something that I've left out. For example, I've had it in here, the donation to the Radnor Seed Library. So that's still up in the air.
Dan,
Yeah.
The expenses for advertising is slowly adding up.
Yes.
What we are doing with Patch, you had mentioned that we should just see one more time if that's really helping and
Yes.
reconsider.
Yes. I've appointed Anjana to be the connection with Radnor Patch because for some reason they don't trust my credit card. So, Anjana, if you can add to this what expenses are to be paid for those patch advertisements.
And Dan, remember Pam doesn't get charged. So if we're partnering with the Radnor Memorial Library, then she can get it on Patch without a charge.
Yeah, Patch is free if you do only in Radnor.
Right.
We were getting charged because we were including nearby communities.
Okay.
Right.
That was the only thing. Maybe we could just confine to Radnor and do it for free.
Yeah. Well, that's the question is are we getting attendance for our bucks? If you and I and others don't feel we're getting the attendance with patch advertising, then
And we know
Then
the
we-
SALT lecture and the shift, I mean, we had very few people in attendance.
yes. And, yeah. So, yeah, the question is, should we continue with patch? We're not going to do patch for the upcoming,
We already did for the April 28th lecture.
yes,
We had also been using the Environmental Clearinghouse platform.
yes,
Their newsletter also apparently has a good outreach. They have been including our lectures
yes,
on their platform.
yep,
And Radnor Community Newsletter also reaches
right,
Radnor residents. When it's posted on the website, Radnor Township website, it goes in the newsletter.
yeah, yes, that's almost a given. All right, well, again, let me know, Anjana, what the total patch bill is.
I had submitted that to Melissa for
Okay.
reimbursement.
Okay, well, just,
It was $120, something like that. I can get to the exact
okay,
amount.
give me an exact amount and which events it actually covered, and then we'll kind of take a mental count of the number of attendees and see if it was worth it.
Sure, I will send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, any public comment? Robin Mann is coming forward from Sierra Club.
I don't know how to turn this on. Is it on?
It's
Oh.
on.
Well, thank you, Dan. I just attended because I saw the information about the benchmarking, and I'm just so appreciative of your leadership and the EAC's leadership and all of the collaboration with the township to make the progress so far with the energy conservation plan and its actual implementation. And the benchmarking is a wonderful new initiative, and I'm so glad that you've got that in hand, and looking forward to seeing how that makes progress. So
Well, thank you.
thank you very much for all your work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And again, thanks to Kathy Agnew and Jim Riley for at least reporting that this benchmarking effort is going forward, if not actually promulgating it in the first place. Thank you. Okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Thanks, Ian.